Hello everyone, welcome to the Bodhi Academy. In today's PYQ series, we are going to solve PYQs of class 12th physics, the chapter ray optics. So coming to the first question, a lens of power plus 2 diopter is placed in contact with a lens of power minus 1 diopter. The combination will behave like a convergent lens of focal length 50 centimeter, a divergent lens of focal length 100 centimeter, a convergent lens of focal length 100 centimeter, or a convergent lens of focal length 200 centimeter. So we have power of lens, first lens plus 2d, power of second lens minus 1d. So the combined power is going to be P equal to P1 plus P2. So 2 plus minus 1, so we get plus 1. So the focal length is F is equal to 100 upon P. So 100 upon 1. So that is 100 centimeter. So since the power is positive, lens combination is convergent. So that is the answer. So coming to the second question, why light undergoes dispersion when it passes through a prism? When light passes through a prism, it splits into constituent colors due to dispersion. This happens because of different colors at light travels at different speeds. So, in the prism material like glass, causing them to bend by different amounts. So, violet light bends the most and red light bends the least. So, this separation of color creates a spectrum. So, light undergoes dispersion in prism because of different wavelengths of light reflected by different amounts, causing white light to split into its constituent colors. So coming to the next question, state the laws of reflection and prove that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection using a ray diagram. So laws of reflection. So the first law states that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and the second law states that the incident ray, reflected ray and the normal all three lie in the same plane. So coming to the proof, we have a ray diagram, we have a plane mirror, and this is the incident ray, and this is the reflected ray, and this is the normal. So we see that incident ray is forming an angle with the normal, and the reflected ray is also forming an angle. So by the drawing we can say that according to geometry and also experimental observation, we see that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So coming to the next question, an object is placed 20 centimeter in front of a concave mirror of focal length 10 centimeter. Find the image distance and the nature of the image. So we have object distance u is equal to minus 20 centimeter and focal length of minus 10 centimeter. So 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u, that is the mirror formula. So 1 by 10 is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by minus 20. So taking this 1 by v to the other side, we get minus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20. So v is equal to minus 20 centimeter. So the nature of the image is real, inverted, it is of the same size, and it is located 20 centimeter in front of the mirror. So coming to the next question, a ray of light passes from air into glass. The angle of incidence is 30 degree and angle of refraction is 19.5 degree. Calculate the refractive index of glass. So to calculate the refractive index, we have n, that is refractive index, is equal to sine of I, that is sine of angle of incidence, upon sine of angle of refraction. So sine of 30 upon sine of 19.5 degree. So sine of 30 is half, that is 0.5, and sine of 19.5 is approximately 0.334. So dividing 0.5 by 0.334, we get 1.497 approximately. So we get 1.50 approx. Coming to the next question, what is total internal reflection and state 2 conditions necessary for it? So total internal reflection occurs when the light traveling from a denser to rarer medium reflects back completely into the denser medium. So the two conditions which are required for total internal reflection is light must travel from a denser to rarer medium, and the angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle. So coming to the next question, with the help of a neat label diagram, derive an expression for refractive index of the material of a prism, hence obtain the angle of minimum deviation of a thin prism. So coming to the diagram, we have a prism ABC, and angle A is the angle of the prism, Q is normal, and this is point Q, this is point R is, this is the R normal. So and this is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray. Then consider ray PQ incident of one phase of prism. The path of ray inside the prism and reflected ray is shown in the figure. So whatever is happening inside the prism is shown in the figure. And from the quadrilateral AQNR, we have angle A plus angle QNR equal to 180 degree. So from triangle QNR, R plus R dash plus angle QNR is equal to 180 degree by the angle sum property of a triangle. So A is equal to R plus R dash. From this and this we get A is equal to R plus R dash. So from triangle MQR, the deviation produced by prism delta is equal to angle MQR plus angle MRQ. So angle MQR can be written as I minus R, and angle MRQ can be written as I dash minus R dash. So delta becomes I plus I dash minus A. So I plus I dash is equal to A plus delta. So for refraction at phase AB, we have mu, that is refractive index, equal to sin I upon sin R. So that is going to be I upon R. So rearranging, we get I equal to mu R. So deviation delta is equal to I plus I dash minus A. So substituting the values, we get mu R plus mu R dash minus A. Taking mu common, we get mu R plus R dash minus A, mu A minus A. So delta is equal to mu minus 1, taking A common. When prism is in position of minimum deviation, so that is the second part of the question. When prism is in position of minimum deviation, a ray of light passes symmetrically through prism so that I is equal to I dash, R is equal to R dash, and delta is equal to delta minimum. So A plus delta is equal to I plus I dash. So A plus delta M is equal to I plus I dash. So keeping I on one side, I plus I dash, so that is going to be I plus I because it is equal. So we get 2I. So I is equal to A plus delta M upon 2. So A is equal to R plus R dash, so that is going to be R plus R because both are equal. So that is, we get A equal to 2R. So for that we get R equal to A by 2. So we know that mu is equal to sin I upon sin R. So substituting the values of I and R in this formula, we get mu is equal to sin A plus delta M by 2 and upon sin A by 2. Coming to the next question, derive lens maker's formula for a lens placed in air. So coming to the ray diagram, we have a lens, then the two, the there is an object placed at O and the image is formed at I1, but there are two surfaces, so the final image is formed at I. So consider an object placed at O whose final image is formed at I and the let image formed by the first surface be I1. This image will act as the object for the second surface. For refraction at first surface, we have mu2 upon V1 minus mu1 upon U is equal to mu2 minus mu1 upon R. So that is the first statement. For refraction at the second surface, we have mu1 upon V minus mu1 upon U is equal to mu2 minus mu1 1 upon R, R1 minus 1 upon R2. So 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to mu2 minus mu1, taking this mu1 common and taking it to the other side, that will be upon mu1. So 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. So if the object is placed at infinity, the U, that is the object distance, becomes infinity and the image is formed at focus. So V, that is the image distance, will become F. So substituting that in this, we get 1 by F is equal to mu2 minus mu1 upon mu1. This remains the same, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So mu2 upon mu1 minus 1, because mu1 is taken as fractional. So 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. So finally we get 1 upon F is equal to mu from 1 to 2 minus 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. And this result is known as Lensmaker's formula. Coming to the next question, a convex lens forms a real image of an object 60 centimeters away from it. If the image is formed 30 centimeter on the other side of the lens, find the focal length. So given is U, object distance 60 centimeter minus 60 centimeter, V plus 30 centimeter. So we use lens formula 1 by F equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. So that is 1 by 30 minus 1 by 60. 2 plus 1 upon 60. So 1 by F will become 1 by 20. So 1 by F equal to 1 by 20. So F is equal to 20 centimeter. So coming to the last question, define power of a lens. What is its SI unit? A lens has focal length of 25 centimeter. Find its power. So power of a lens is defined as a measure of its ability to converge or diverge light. It is defined as the reciprocal of focal length in meters. So power is equal to 100 by F in centimeter. So 100 by 25, so equal to 4. So that is the power of the lens, and SI unit is diopter. It is given as D. Thank you for watching today's PYQ video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Bodhi Academy. Thank you.